Housewives of Dallas girls are at Billy Bob's, Texas, and we're talking all about it. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Yeehaw! Yeah. We were not lying.
I'm not from Texas, so.
Yeehaw, everyone!
I don't know anything about that.
Yes.
I've never heard this song.
Oh, you've never heard this song?
No.
Even I've heard this song, and I did not listen to it.
Spot the two Texans at the table. Can you find us?
It's definitely us, too.
Which ones?
Welcome back to the Real Housewives of Dallas after show, y'all. We are talking season 3, episode 5, Rodeo Barbie.
Yeah.
Rodeo Barbie.
I am a rodeo Barbie.
Definition Rodeo Barbie right here. This is Charles. I'm Rachel. I got Charles with me.
Yes, my first time being on the Real Housewives of Dallas panel. Y'all, I'm happy to be here. Excited to talk about episode 5.
Yes, and then we have Jessie.
Hey guys, what's up? Join us in the live chat now.
Yes, definitely join us in the live chat. We'll give y'all a shout out and keep the conversation going. Yes. And then we got Grant over there too.
Thank you. I'm wearing my red, my Dallas red, like the ladies in the cast picture.
Yes, you belong in there. Let's Photoshop you in there next to the girls.
I chose this shirt at like 8 a.m. I'm like, this is going to be good for the show later tonight. So it's been all day. I'm waiting to put it on. Here we are.
Oh, you've been waiting. I thought you've been wearing it all day. It doesn't
Oh, no,
look
I've been
good.
wearing it all day.
Okay,
Yeah.
good,
No,
good.
I've just been ready, willing, and able.
And
Here we are.
galvanized.
Fierce.
Galvanized.
Fierce, fierce. So last episode, the girls were in Beaver Creek, and so now we're back to reality, back in Texas, back in Highland Park, back within the zip code, and Brandi is with Bruin. You know, she's a mom again, or not again, but a new mom with baby Bruin, adopting baby Bruin, and she's trying to decide whether or not to get a nanny.
Yeah, she's juggling it all.
You know, she was saying how her mom never got a nanny.
Yeah.
I mean, were y'all raised by nannies? What was y'all's family like growing up?
I had a lovely lady named Estella Calderon who helped us out and incorporated some Espanol in my vocabulary.
Ooh,
but my mom kind of did it
Sí se
all.
puede.
Yeah.
It means yes, we can.
Yes, we can.
Is that a common thing growing up in Texas and Dallas? Is that a thing?
No, okay, wait. Let's. So I was raised in the Dallas suburbs, and Charles here, he's actually a very great family friend of mine.
Yeah.
And
I'm a little bit more
he's
country,
a little,
y'all.
he's in a lot more country. He grew up on a ranch.
I grew up in the sticks.
Wow.
But this
Yes.
is, I don't know if this is common to Texas, this like nanny thing, but
Yeah.
what Brandi is considering seems like a serious possibility because she's juggling a lot. And she has like the baby under her arm the whole time. She's like putting the turkey in the oven, thinking about putting the baby in the oven. Like
With Brinkley
doesn't know
and
which
Brooklyn,
one.
there's a lot.
Yeah, I don't know how she's doing it because I have one baby and I like can't even take a phone call.
You have a baby?
Yeah,
Oh my
Yeah,
and she's
she
nuts.
looks so good.
And
She looks
no,
so
thank
good.
you. But so I don't know how Brandy's doing it with like these 2 other kids and the baby, and
yeah.
it's just a lot. I give it to her.
I don't know why she doesn't just hire the person. What do you frig everyone if they don't want you? If they if the
aren't
perception is you shouldn't have help.
Right.
She needs it. If you need it, get it. Who cares? What people think you're driving yourself crazy.
Yeah, maybe she thinks that she's not going to establish a good connection with her kids if she hires a nanny. But you know, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I was going to say something a little bit more mean, but it's my first panel, so
Say whatever mean you have to say.
Yeah.
Say what you gotta say,
But
honey.
the thing is
Spill
I
it.
feel like one thing that sucks about being a mom, like I never really wanted to be a mom. Now that I am a mom, I'm like obsessed with my baby, but people are so judgmental. And it's not like guys really necessarily. It's more like other moms are super judgmental of you. So if you do one thing, like you're wrong. You should have done the other thing. So like if you like
cloth diapers, it's like, oh, but they're like this and that,
Totally.
and they have organic diapers.
Do you
and
feel like all that judgment is based in women's own insecurity of being a mom?
yeah, totally.
All that
Yeah.
judgment because they're just insecure in their own choices. I can't relate. I don't even have a pet fish, but I'm just
Yes.
thinking like, what it must be like.
No, I
judge
think that's exactly what it is. But it's so weird because I feel like in other parts of your life you're judged, but I've never felt this under like a microscope by friends of mine who are moms, and it's complete BS. And I'm so tired of it, and I just like don't even want these people in my life anymore.
that's probably
Yeah, I don't blame
why. Wait, the kids or you're the
No. The kids are cool. The kids are cool. No.
I love
Mom
it.
friends.
These people. No.
These people. My mom friends. No. Not all my mom friends, but.
Now, while Brandi is trying to whether or not get a nanny, Carrie is in Jackson Hole and Steph is in Italy. So
Where
everyone's
is
back-
Jackson Hole? Where is that?
Oh, it's
I
up
feel
in,
like I'm supposed to know where that is.
is it Wyoming?
In Wyoming, right by Grand Tetons and Yellowstone National Park.
Oh.
It's a really
Yeah.
nice area.
It sounds peaceful. I've just never
It's
been.
very peaceful.
Yeah. So before we talk about how peaceful I'm sure the Grand Tetons are,
Yes.
I want to talk a little bit about AfterBuzz. Okay.
Just
So
let's do it.
our network produces after shows for nearly all your favorite TV shows, from dramas, reality TV, sci-fi, and more. There is no network that works harder to serve television fans, but we need your help. We're asking that you please subscribe to one or more of our YouTube channels. So by subscribing to our channel, YouTube will suggest content that's tailor-made for you, and you'll help AfterBuzz continue to grow. And if you're worried about those pesky notifications, don't be, because they're optional, darling. So hit that subscribe button now for this channel and check out our other AfterBuzz YouTube channels as well. And let us know you did so in the comments, and we'll thank you on air. For now, thanks for being the best fans and for helping us be the ESPN of TV talk.
Yes. Press that subscribe, save a horse, ride a cowboy.
Save a horse,
What
ride a
is that?
YouTube channel. Okay.
Okay, so LeeAnne is now talking to Rich about setting a date. And LeeAnne and Rich are at dinner, it looked like, and she just goes right into talking about, she orders scallops.
Yeah.
And she talks about setting a date. And the first thing that comes out of Rich's mouth is, let the ambush begin.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Rich, he sets the tone for these conversations.
I
I
know.
know these conversations are coming, but, when he says these things,
Let
they're
the
just
ambush begin.
let the ambush begin. And then in the first episode, it's like, oh, y'all are getting married at Deandra's anniversary party, and goes, oh, I just sharted in my pants. It's like, oh my gosh, that. I'm just sorry, if that was my fiance and he says those
I hope he's
things,
not writing his own vowels. He's gonna be like,
those are really
LeeAnne.
intense one-liners
You
that
give
really
me
sets the
acid
tone.
reflux. I don't know, so stupid.
it's like, LeeAnne,
Yeah.
I just sharted in my pants over the altar. How romantic, darling.
I view this a little differently. Maybe I don't know. No one's defense, but I view this as they went out to dinner. He knows they have to have a topic of conversation. He probably doesn't know what the scene is going to be about. She
probably
mentions
doesn't
the wedding date, and then he's like, "Oh,
Yeah.
let the ambush begin." Here's what this scene is about. Now it's going to be me having to defend this thing. Maybe
Yeah.
I'm thinking too in the weeds production wise, but I'm just thinking I doubt that Rich is having a pre-production meeting about his dinner.
Yeah, he
So,
probably.
you know what I mean?
He probably doesn't want to be on camera too much. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy who's all into this type of deal. So he probably knows, this is the conversation where they edit it to look like LeeAnne is ambushing me and catching me off guard, and she kind of is. So maybe it was a comment that maybe he shouldn't have said.
They're definitely giving him that edit of I have cold feet / don't really want to marry you / taking back the, because remember in the preview was
They do
I'm
that with
going to take
everyone.
back the engagement, which didn't happen. But he said one thing that was interesting. He said that, now I feel like I have to start all over again, and that's tough for him, because it shows to me that she doesn't really trust in what they have, their bond and all that. So it is kind of re-proposing, because you got to build that again. You got to get to that point, and you're going to rebuild the romance and all that. So I don't think any guy who got up the courage to propose to her in a public way that he did wants to have to go down that path again.
Yeah.
This is how I perceive it. I
LeeAnne-
could be wrong.
Is LeeAnne kind of a little bit, maybe possibly a little bit, tiny bit insecure?
Yes.
Yeah,
little
she
bit.
has, and she
Yeah.
mentioned it on tonight's episode, trust and abandonment issues.
So
I
it's
can
like-
understand that.
So it's
Given
okay,
her life,
how
yeah.
many times in the marriage, if it ever happens, is this man, Rich, going to have to validate her and say, yes, I'm married to Hugh, yes, I like you, yes, I want to spend the rest of my
Good
life
question.
with you.
Yeah.
And also the fact that he has been divorced several times is probably
know.
playing on her mind.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I
So
would
she's
think.
probably saying, okay, I'm insecure, I have trust issues, this man is flighty, and I need to be validated constantly, and it probably is not too good for their engagement.
Yeah, no, I totally agree, because you can see her insecurity in that conversation as she starts talking about her mom, and if my mom doesn't want me, who would? And that's really, really sad. But it's easy for me to say, because I didn't go through that situation, but there's always somebody else out there, that wants you, that cares for you. And just because you went through that with your mom doesn't mean that you're going to go through this in the relationship. But I agree with you. Knowing that he's been divorced several times
Is
can
gonna play
totally
on
play in
her.
her
Of
mind.
course.
Yeah.
And I mean, and he keeps saying we'll set a date to set a date. So
Oh yeah,
it's
that's
just
not a good thing to say. Oh, he's like, I'm gonna set a date just to check off that box in your mind.
Right?
That's basically what he told her.
They've been engaged for over a year now, and again, they've been together for 9 years.
9 years?
Charles
I did not know that. She still has to get validation after 9 years. I haven't been watching this show for that long, y'all. But I got a good sense of the ladies. They have very strong personalities.
Good. It's really good having you on to give us these opinions because
this
you don't know
reaction.
all the background.
Oh my God, 9 years. LeeAnne, he likes you. I think it's safe to say. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, they live together. They share dogs together. I mean, Again, I said it the last couple of times. When you reach a certain age, what the hell do you gonna get married for? But I get that she wants that official. I get it from her lifestyle and the way that she's come about abandonment. I get she wants that like in stone set. But I don't know. If things are good, what are you gonna F it up for?
Yeah.
I don't know.
If it ain't broke, don't get married.
I should never comment on relationships.
Especially at the age.
Yeah.
Because she's 50.
She's old.
50's not old, y'all. I don't know what he's talking about, y'all.
50
Ladies out there, 50's not old.
It's the new
She
60.
was dropping like it was hot on the floor, so she looks good to
she
me.
looks amazing.
I'm 50.
Yeah.
I look great.
I just shouldn't be commenting on relationships because I actually never really been in one. So for me to sit here and judge someone's like 2 50-year-old people, maybe more on his end, whether they're gonna get married or not, like I don't know.
Yeah.
But this is how I perceive it, just from my TV watching over the years.
Yeah, well, she got the reassurance she wanted at that dinner, and she got re-engaged again, and that's what she was telling Deandra. And so this is when Deandra's like, well, is that just something he's doing to shut you up? Is that what he's saying just because that's what you want to hear? Yes. So, that was good, Jeff. I like that.
Yeah.
But I was like, whoa. What do y'all think in that aspect?
I think so. Yeah, I think it is. I mean, because they have been together for 9 years, so Rich probably knows that in these moments of insecurity, he just has to say whatever he needs to say to make her feel validated and make her feel less insecure. So if that means I'm getting re-engaged to you, like this is a fresh start for us, if that's going to make her feel better in the moment, then just say it. Because he probably knows, okay, these issues are so deep, I just need to try to make her feel better any way I can as fast as I can.
Yeah. No, I agree, but at the same time, what other reason would he say it? You know what I mean? Like, of course he's saying it because that's what you want to hear. Because what's he gonna say? You know what I mean?
That doesn't mean it's not true.
Right.
Like he's saying it, to make her feel better, and it's true, but he's saying it just to make her feel better.
Right. I mean,
So
I also just believe in what you say you should do. Like, the words are words, but once you take action, that's what means more.
Yeah, be honest about it.
And I feel like last season, the engagement, I was not anticipating that at all by the end of the season last year. And I'm so happy they're engaged, and I want them to be married, and I want them to have happiness because it's so obvious LeeAnne loves Rich so much. But I don't know what Rich is really thinking. And that is he really just saying stuff to shut her up? Here's the ring, I'll get engaged to you. But exactly, if something's not broken, why move on to the next thing? And age is such a factor in this game we are playing right now because
You're gonna die soon.
No!
What?
Charles!
Oh, sorry.
I was not going there.
They're not gonna die soon.
But I just, I just...
You can't kill LeeAnne. You can't kill that one.
LeeAnne's been dead.
I
No.
think...
Sorry.
I just think that getting
I can say
married...
whatever. I'm not going back.
That's right. He's not coming back next week. But I feel like getting married...
LeeAnne's gonna find you. LeeAnne will find... What is that Instagram?
Yeah.
At Charles Conoly.
But I'm just saying that the whole marriage might just be another stir the pot situation and might just create more conflict than it does any type of resolution she's looking for.
You're right. Might bring up some issues in her that she has been maybe burying.
Right.
I just kept saying, like, whose business is this of Deandra's? Like, why is she so invested? But then I know they're, at the time in the show, they're best friends. I get it. I guess someone like a best friend could make those comments to you. But, I don't know. I feel like after a while, I'd be like, all right, like, officially, like, this isn't your problem.
Right.
So
Do you think
point.
Deandra's being too much? Is she being too forward and too honest about her opinions with LeeAnne.
Yeah, but
and
it's up to
Rich's
LeeAnne.
relationship.
Yeah, but it is up to LeeAnne to be like, okay, enough.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
that's it.
Well, one thing that Deandra said last blog that she wrote was that she's always been this kind of friend to LeeAnne, and it is true. Like, we saw that last season. Like,
True.
she's a tough love friend. Like, she will give it to you how she sees it, and that's what I love about her. But in this case, I do think it's like gone too far. Like, it would get on my nerves. Like, I'd be like, oh, you need to stop. But I agree. Like, LeeAnne needs to be like, put her foot down. Like, this, like, we're done talking about this. Let it be.
Let it be.
Let a sleeping dog lie. That's what they say in the sticks, y'all.
So while LeeAnne and Deandra are talking about this crazy marriage drama, Cameron is getting ready to go to the Global Pet Expo to promote, what is she promoting, y'all? Sparkle Dog.
Sparkle Dog. My name's Cameron. Pink dog food.
What do you mean? I want to know. Yeah, as a new viewer, I'd like to know what your view of Cameron is. First impressions.
I think that she pitched this business idea, and she has a lot of people around her who all they do is say, like, that's great, that's gonna work, that's awesome, Cameron, you rock. And so she went ahead with this pink dog food, and it took a kid to tell her
Her own daughter, Hilton. Yes.
girl, it's pink dog food. You're not gonna get a distributor for some pink dog food.
What he's saying, for those who watch, Hilton, Cameron's daughter, blatantly said, and kind of said what a lot of people are thinking as well, was that it's dumb. It's pink dog food.
And you know what? I have to give it to Cameron. A lot of these people out in these streets don't have the guts to start their own business. So it's tough to start a business.
Right.
From like conception to going to these trade shows, which aren't fun to be at. Like, I give Cameron a lot of props for doing it, but it's pink dog food, girl.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder what type of money she's making. I feel like we said this in the first episode that we believe she should expand perhaps into other lines, maybe perhaps clothing, like other things. I just wonder how much she's really making, with that food. I don't know.
Well, probably not, because she's so reliant and she's so adamant about getting a distributor. She's like, if I don't get a distributor, I'm screwed. I'm gonna have pink dog food for years if I don't sell this stuff. And so I think that she maybe is kind of desperate to get this business off the ground. Yeah. And like, my heart goes out to her because she probably sees this as a way to like really give her some credibility as a businesswoman. And I just want to give her the credibility now. Props to you, Cameron, for starting a business. It's hard out here for a business person. I wouldn't know. I know nothing about business. But I do know something about dog food. I used to eat it. And it's not good, whether it's pink or not.
You can eat hers, too.
I can.
Yeah.
They did on the show. Yeah.
Is it good?
So you'd
Was
like it,
good?
maybe.
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't
the thing
know.
is, she doesn't have to do this. And we talked about this, how she wants to do this. She
Yeah, that's
has
what
the
I'm
option
saying,
of being a stay-at-home mom, raising
point.
Hilton and Cruz. She
Yes.
doesn't need to lift a finger, y'all. She is a Westcott, for crying out loud.
That is exactly my point.
So, but she wants to be someone, a motherly mom to her kids to look up to, be like, I'm doing this and I'm a businesswoman. Yeah, this is Sparkle Dog, y'all. And I'm proud of her. Kudos to her.
I agree.
Oh, wait, it's not even
And-
all pink? It's just part...
It's just part a little bit pink.
A little bit.
Because
You gotta mix that pink in.
originally it was all pink, and then the dogs were
They wouldn't
pooping
eat it.
pink. They were pooping pink.
That's adorable.
They're like
it's
Lucky
not.
Even
Charms.
better.
They're like Lucky Charms, but the marshmallows are the
Yes.
pink
Yeah.
ones.
Yes.
Oh my God. Well,
Yeah.
girl, go big or go home.
Yeah.
Poop or pink from, in to out.
No, but I do
That's
agree.
exactly
Like,
my
I
point,
gotta give it to
Rachel.
her for doing this, because she
Yeah.
could sit at home and just do nothing.
Yeah.
But like, you gotta give it to her.
But
Like,
isn't it funny? She's like, I want to start a business to prove to my children that they can do the same thing and to prove to them that a businesswoman does exist in this world. And then her daughter's like, this is stupid. Like,
her daughter is smart too. So
I think
you
I know,
might wanna-
Hilton's smart.
Yeah, I think I want to give Cameron a little bit of credit because maybe you do have to start with getting the distributor, and then from there, that's when you expand on the line.
Yeah, that's
So
what-
maybe she's like step one, step two, then
She's
we're gonna
being
like
smart.
create products.
yeah. The problem was
So-
maybe she had too much money at the offset. Or onset from the beginning.
from the beginning.
She was like, maybe she had her own money. She was like, I'm just going to go all in. And then she was like, oh, wait, I've went all in and nobody's buying it. I need to sell it.
Well, what I do know is that Bravo has a percentage of Sparkle Dog.
Yeah.
Since Sparkle Dog was created on can you not on the mic?
Sorry.
So since Sparkle Dog was created on the reality show Real Housewives of Dallas, they have a percentage of that business. And so that's why we keep hearing this same storyline of Sparkle Dog, y'all. I
And
can
girl,
see.
it's probably selling. It's like the Shark Tank thing. If a really crappy business or product goes on Shark Tank, it's gonna sell no matter what, just because it was on this iconic TV show. So like,
that's true.
If you're a super fan of the show, if you love Cameron, you're gonna get a bag of Sparkle Dog just to be like, look, it's Sparkle Dog.
Right.
Yeah, like my Kylie lip kits.
You really? You have Kylie lip
yes.
kits?
Yeah,
You gotta
'cause
buy
I
the
love
Kylie lip kits. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
see?
totally.
Like exactly, you
Well,
buy
Cameron's
it
no
because of the
Kylie,
brand.
So.
yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if Kylie released a dog fit.
Everybody would buy
like-
it.
Oh,
Everyone would buy it.
Yeah.
give it a few
Imagine her,
years.
like-
Give it a few years.
Can you imagine
She'll be
her, like,
desperate enough to do that. Sure.
Hey guys, I'm just releasing my new dog food. It's called Kylie Kibbles and Bits. Like,
I don't mean when I say she'll be desperate. I don't mean for money, but for the attention. She'll do it.
Kylie's Kibbles.
She's gonna own the world.
Kylie's Kibbles.
Oh my gosh. You're too
Exclusive
much.
release in MAC. Like it's a makeup store. It doubles as a contour. Sorry.
Doubles
Done.
as a contour? Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
You're good.
It can, like,
I
break
know.
down.
You are like on the spot
Rub it
creative.
on your cheek.
Okay, so the girls go to the rodeo. They are at the Fort Worth Stockyards, Billy Bob's, Texas. I have been there so
Iconic.
many times. And
The
I'm just like,
Stockyards are
whoa!
iconic.
It's so awesome that they are there. And then, so Cameron's really excited for the bowls.
Yes,
Yeah,
the bowls.
the bowls.
We're gonna go see the bowls.
Gonna go see the bowls. And
Yes.
I love how LeeAnne was like, these are bowls.
Bowls.
The bing. And then we're gonna go
bowl.
the bowls.
The devil.
So I thought that was really funny.
It's funny.
And they bring Joyce with them. Stephanie and
Joyce
Carrie.
is like literally just like on the side, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, we don't hear. I don't think we heard a word from Joyce.
Total
Nice.
tag along. Yeah.
Total
Yeah.
tag along. And so Carrie just got back from Jackson Hole, and she didn't want to go because she didn't think it was bougie enough. And Brandi made that comment too. And so while the girls at the rodeo, Carrie is with Mark.
I have to talk about this.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to take it away from there. What are they doing?
Look, this Carrie is trying way too hard to be fancy, especially in this episode. We had to hear about how the house is going to be upgraded to the level of Highland Park. She's going to have a Fendi store modeled after her closet, or the closet modeled after the Dallas Fendi store. She wouldn't go over there because it wasn't a Michelin 5-star restaurant. And then she's getting a $75,000 stove, which is ugly, which is something that you would take out of the house
Right.
when you renovate. And on top of it, she's doing this, like, I lost a little bit of this, but she's doing this to mend her relationship with her father, but she's staying in her parents' house. They're supposed to
Who
have a-
isn't there?
No, but if they had such a strange, broken relationship, that father wouldn't say, here, bring your young daughter and your husband into the house and live here for $0 a month. She'd be sitting in a hotel suite somewhere. So,
Right.
all right, I'm going to start redoing my kitchen to better my relationship with my uncle.
Relationship with my uncle.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
this kind of stuff that I'm talking about with her, though. There's like something that just irks me about her that I just cannot get over. And like
Yeah.
when she was
Same.
like, my Fendi closet, I'm like, okay, you know what? Like, done. I'm done
I'm
with this
completely.
conversation.
We are on the same page, Jesse. You and I have the last few seasons when it comes to this Carrie. We're
Yeah,
looking
I
at her
just-
with the side eye.
Yeah, totally.
What's going on?
I wish she was at the rodeo with the
yes,
girls.
so do I.
So meanwhile, the girls are doing beer bongs
Mean whilst.
at Billy Bob's, and Brandi and Deandra crush it with the beer bong. I was like, okay, go girls, you know what's up. But poor LeeAnne, y'all, I have not laughed this hard
was
all
great.
Oh my God, it was
season.
amazing.
LeeAnne takes the beer bong and is going so slow, and
like,
then
drinking it
doesn't even finish it. And the
Surrendering.
majority of it, I will give her that. The majority, she finished the majority, and then just starts burping, yakking. I honestly thought she was gonna throw up.
So did I.
The
I did
devil
too.
came.
Yeah,
You know that scene in Lord of the Rings? I don't know if anybody watched Lord of the Rings, but whenever
It's a
like
reality
the
panel.
I know.
I've never.
But like the spirit crawls out, or like the evil spirit crawls out of this old king, and he's like youthful again. I feel like LeeAnne was gonna look up, and she's just gonna be gorgeous because she was like hacking. I'm Charles, by the way. This is my first time on the Real Housewives of Dallas panel.
I think you guys like that. She had like all of a sudden she went from talking and she was like,
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I
Burping.
know.
like just like
Yeah, she,
deep.
like,
Where did that come
Bless
from?
her heart. I feel like that. I mean, LeeAnne
thing.
killed it. When
But
we
I
were-
felt so bad at that part though, because that was the part where Brandi was like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if I should feel, or if it's
I don't
like
know if
cute or
it's-
depressing that she's
Always feels
Trying-
like she needs to be in
yeah.
Oh,
Like she
That
can't
was
keep up with
yeah.
the girls. She can't
Yeah.
keep up with
Yeah,
them.
that's
is
an
what
ugly
they said.
comment.
It was.
It was ugly.
Especially for LeeAnne. Like LeeAnne, you want to be in her group. Like, LeeAnne is the head of this group, as we talked about
She's
last
cool.
time.
I think LeeAnne was cool.
Yeah, I know.
And fun. All
Totally
these girls are
fun.
so stuffy.
Yeah, I didn't like that comment.
Trixie Mattel.
That
I don't
was
know if
sad.
anybody watches Drag Race, but I'm in the wrong panel. Oh God, what was her name? Cameron was wearing. She was like in that like
All
long
pink.
dress with the pink boots. It was so funny as I'm spitting again.
Yeah, okay, so
You
Cameron...
thought she
Impassioned.
channeled
Trixie Mattel, she
yeah.
was channeling this drag queen who like is very like high pink girly, but also kind of country.
very animated.
No, Jeff,
yeah.
you're gonna have to
On.
pull up this picture because while we're watching,
Oh,
Charles
yeah.
is literally showing
I'm
me
like-
this picture of Trixie from
Trixie Mattel.
Trixie Mattel from Drag Race.
Drag Race, and it's
RuPaul's.
like type in Trixie Mattel Drag Race long dress.
Oh
And
yeah,
it is exactly what Cameron
I've
is
never
wearing.
It's the
thought-
same gown.
Never
Yeah.
It's
really
the same
thought that.
gown. It's like
There
a
it
who. There it
Yes.
is. It's like a who wore it best moment. That
Oh,
is
yeah.
what
Let's
Cameron
check
was
this out.
wearing riding the bull. I thought I was watching Trixie Mattel in action.
But like,
That's-
was anybody worried that
Wait,
if
no.
she
Yes.
fell off, she was going to like rip her dress?
Wait, but
'Cause,
we
like,
need a
she had
picture
so
of
much
Trixie
trouble.
Mattel, not Cameron. Okay. Wait, Trixie Mattel, not Cameron. Okay. Oh wait, that is Cameron.
That is
Trixie
Trixie.
Mattel.
But actually,
That
I
is
mean, like,
frightening.
that was when you showed us that while watching this. I was like, wow,
She was
okay,
right.
you're
That
you're
is
funny.
frightening. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm all for art, but
But this is all fun. We still love Cameron.
Love you,
I
Cameron.
was
Cameron, yes.
loving the pink boots. The pink boots were so in,
Yeah.
so cute. And if y'all know, she was the only one wearing a dress. I think all the girls knew they were going to
Yeah.
be riding the bull,
And jeans.
doing some type of, twerking,
Yes.
having a good time,
Yeah.
lap dancing, But that was obviously not on Cameron's agenda. This was her dress.
Oh my God, Cameron! You need to give that dress back to Trixie, girl. She has a show. Okay.
But Cameron was
Oh my
she's like,
God.
this is crazy. I don't want to be
love
riding a wild moving animal. A wild moving animal.
Literally like a mechanical bull robot that was like
I
maybe
love
going one little rotation. And
I love it because I like to be real finesse. How can I define what that is? Like real over the top, like extra.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
I like that she's really extra with
Yeah.
it. You know, with the whole thing. And everything. Even last week where she had to explain, eating out of a buffet. She even had to make that sound like it was like an experience to have.
Yeah.
I love anyone extra.
At least she
in
did
case you
it,
didn't
like-
realize.
Yeah,
She
she
is.
is. Yeah.
At least she got on the mechanical bull.
I'm happy she did. Would y'all get on the mechanical bull?
Yeah.
I've never done it, and I would like to say I would try it once, but I'm getting older, and it's like silly after a while if you haven't done it when you're like drunk and 20 in a college. At what point is it like, all right, it's just sad that you
Never.
haven't been on
That's
it.
the good thing about mechanical
Never.
bull. It's
Really?
an equalizer. Everybody
okay
does
for all
mechanical
ages.
bull.
To
To be
Yeah.
honest, I've never had the opportunity to do such thing.
Oh,
I've never
well,
been
you
around
should go
one.
to Saddle Ranch in West Hollywood.
Oh, I'm okay.
Let's go.
Saddle Ranch.
Oh, and they have bottomless mimosas, and
my
that's when you
apartment.
know you want to do it.
Okay,
And like
well-
every flavor too. I may or
such
may
a-
not have been there a couple times.
It's such a tourist trap, but I do,
Worth it.
I'll go anywhere for a bottomless
Oh,
mimosa.
tourist trap.
so.
It's it's fun. Who cares if tourists do it? It's
Yeah, but you know what
fun.
though? When you get on that bull, how many people are watching you? What do you get? Like a whole restaurant full of people watching on the
Well,
bull?
Hey,
typically
that's
I bring
only
my
reason I-
friends to drink mimosas with, and so, or maybe one time I'll go. No, of course I have like a little entourage like rooting me on.
Yeah.
I mean, I would
No,
also do it by
I could-
myself.
I couldn't
I would
drag
go
you
to
into
root you
that.
on. Grant, I'll go
I'll
with
go
you
with
to
you.
root you
You're
on.
gonna be the only one. I'll go with you. No
Grant,
one's gonna
I'll
go to
make
that.
a sign. You got it. I'll rate you 10.
They had a Saddle Ranch at Universal City where in the valley where we are, and they closed it. And I figured that would be a good one to go to because there probably was nobody there. Now you go to Sunset and you're like, the world is there because everyone from every state and country is
Who
visiting.
cares? Bask in the sunlight of the spirit, girl. And the sunlight is shining on that mechanical bull, so bask in it. Next time, Grant, you go to the mechanical bull, you have to film yourself doing the mechanical bull. We have
Yes.
to see it.
Oh my gosh.
At least a
Me
boomerang.
alone by myself on Sunset Boulevard with a selfie
Yes.
stick on a bull.
You know how many friends you make? I
That's
feel like
even
your
funnier.
fears.
No, that's sad.
That's hilarious.
I'll even get Trixie to give you a dress and a wig so you go full on.
I'll probably do it exactly what Trixie / Cameron did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I want to try it, but again, at what point is it you're too old?
Never. That's the beauty of the mechanical bull.
I'm still in my
These girls
20s.
were-
I'm still in my 20s, and the DMs are open. Hold on.
These girls
I have to
are-
throw that out
LeeAnne
there.
is 50.
They're hundreds
so,
of years old, these women are hundreds of
they
years
look
old.
good.
They're
They
gonna
do look
explode
good.
into dust on the mechanical.
Right. No, so speaking of Trixie, Cameron, she goes into talking about the Westcott name and her Dallas society legacy. So this is all legacy talk, and I love how this is the legacy talk in Billy Bob's Texas. This is great.
I know.
So they're going like back in time, how Simmons and Westcott have this prestigious name, legacy names, and the difference between Deandra Simmons and Cameron Westcott is Cameron Westcott was married into this name. Deandra Simmons that's how she was raised. She was a debutante. She did, she was like this all along.
The cotillion thing.
Exactly. Did the whole cotillion, knows how to set the table, and I just know that Deandra is having this crossroad, what she said. She was raised to be like what Cameron Westcott is doing now all of her life, and now it's like if she wants to put that plastic cup up her booty and do it for the camera, like that's what she wants to do.
What a ridiculous quote.
What is the big deal with the
Well,
Keurig pod?
Okay.
That was the last episode and all.
Yeah.
But that's the difference. And so Cameron, she is very, and she's like, the Westcott name is very conservative, and that's what I am, so it's okay, and that's how it is marrying into this family.
Okay, look, I get the whole thing with her mother and trying to find her own way in business. But when you're a woman of 50 and you're worried now about, having this moment where you can be wild and rebel, where was this moment where you were like 13, 15, 17? Like, it's kind of silly to me that's the storyline that we have now.
Well, I think it's because like when you grow up in the South, you're under a lot of scrutiny. So whenever you're coming of age, people are putting a lot of pressure on you to like sit up straight and set the table and go to cotillion and take these classes and everything. So I think the wild
I took cotillion.
side.
Yeah. Did you take cotillion? Yeah.
I think it's a great skill. I think it's totally great skill. But I'm surprised that the storyline is that she wants to rebel now at her age. I'm not me being ageist. So sit down and stop typing a comment. I'm just saying, like,
Keep typing it.
There you go, LeeAnne Charles.
I'm just kidding. I think it's too bad.
Yeah, it's all just weird to me too, because like this isn't how I grew up, so it's just hard for me to understand. You know what I mean? But like knowing somebody else from Dallas, they go through the same thing, so like I kind of now I'm like, wow, this is actually like a real thing. Like she isn't making this up.
No.
But to me, it's weird.
Well, yeah, and the whole thing about like disgracing your family name, it's very real in Texas, and it's very real in the South. It's like I don't know how many times I've been told like, you are a Conley, don't behave like that. And I did behave like that.
Shout out to Aunt Kara.
Hey
mama.
mom, I'm doing it. So yeah, it's very real.
Yeah.
So all these people who are like, they're under a microscope growing up, and they don't represent themselves, they represent their whole family. So it's like once they realize like they're past that and they are their own person, maybe they let a little bit loose.
But like, what does Deandra want to be so bad that she can't, or that it would like give her family a bad name? Like, she's not going to go apeshit out there in the world,
No, I don't
is she?
believe so. But going back, I think the reason why she's doing it is because her dad has recently passed away, and she's just having this, as she said, crossroad with her business. Like, is she going to take her business and go independent without her mom? She is also having the crossroad with her mom because of the business, and just friendships in general. I mean, we will get into predictions in a little while, but with Deandra and LeeAnne, like, what is really going to happen with their friendship?
Right.
It seems like from here it's just going extremely south. And I've already read some of the people, articles that have already come out because of this episode. And yeah, friendships are definitely being tested.
Wow.
Yeah.
But a friendship that is blossoming is Deandra and Brandi's. And Brandi gives Deandra, this is all for Deandra's birthday. I forgot to mention that. As y'all know, y'all have seen the episode.
Bury the lead.
It is Deandra's Deandra's birthday, and Brandi got her the necklace, the $1,200 necklace. $1,200 necklace from Beaver Creek that she wanted. It was to resemble the military, which Jeremy, her husband, it was very sentimental to her. And when Deandra opened that present up, whose face did we see?
We had to rewind it.
Yeah, being like the eye roll.
Cut to LeeAnne being jealous.
Yeah, I mean, if a friend of mine gave me a $1,200 anything,
They'd be my friend for a while.
yeah, I'll keep you around. You know?
At least for the night.
I mean, do y'all agree with what Cameron said with Brandi buying Deandra's friendship?
I don't. I think that was just like a really thoughtful gift because they were just there. She really wanted it. I thought it was extremely thoughtful. And I mean, this is the level that these people are at.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. $1,200. Yeah, I mean, to them, That
them,
might be
that's
the
like $12
threshold.
to
That might
us.
be an
Yeah.
appropriate amount to spend on someone's birthday when you have that much money worth alleged to have that they're alleged to have in their bank account.
Yeah.
For me, it's more like $21.
Yeah, $12.
I
Yeah.
agree, though.
Charles, I'm gonna really test our friendship when my birthday comes rolling around again.
I think she's kind of buying her friendship a little bit. I mean,
Really?
$21 is for a necklace is an expensive necklace, no matter who you are. Like a $2,100 necklace, nobody goes
$1,200.
around.
Oh, yeah, I saw
$1,200
that.
necklace. Like that's an expensive freaking necklace, and it's not like Brandi had anything or who bought it for who.
Brandi.
It's not like Brandi had anything to lose when she was buying it. Like
Yeah.
Right.
I think there was a little bit of intention there, you know.
But like, if you're like a millionaire, like, is $1,200 a lot?
No, but like I'm just saying, I think that it was like she very easily could have just like not bought it.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it was a kindness gesture
Yeah.
thing. I don't think she's necessarily buying her
That's the thing.
friendship.
If you take out the number and you just view it as a gift, this is something she
gift.
saw in a store that she wanted that she
yeah,
didn't
she
buy.
really wanted it.
Like,
Yeah.
if you just take out the price tag, I guess it doesn't seem so, like, manipulative.
Exactly. I think it was more sentimental than anything
Totally.
without the price tag.
But I'm messy, so
The thing about this necklace is it's sentimental, but it's not like ideal thing you would wear every day. It's a very long necklace, and so it was a very, 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 very pricey.
very, very yeah. My rent is well, no, it's a little bit more than that, but just by little.
So, but then that's when Cameron and Deandra go off and start talking about them. And it's interesting how the cameras go, that Deandra
know.
and Brandi are talking at the table with Joyce, who is mute. Why is she there? Why is Joyce, Brandi's friend, there? I'm sorry, what? And they even ask Brandi, like, how do you feel without Steph and Cary being here? And it's like, she has her mute friend next to her. She's fine. You know? It's like, what?
And that girl's getting everything paid for by production, too, probably.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'll come, and then like not say anything.
I'll come for the free shots.
Yeah.
Like,
Literally
Right.
just like from a distance.
But
Yeah.
the one thing that bothered me from that scene, though, is that Deandra, like, and I don't know if you're going to get to this part, but that she started telling Brandi what, like, her conversation with
Yeah.
LeeAnne. I mean, like, did that bother you guys at all? Like, I just feel like if that is your girl from, like, way back when,
yeah.
like, you
I didn't think of that.
you are,
Shady
like,
lady.
that's your girl. You don't go to another girl and tell her, hey, this is what LeeAnne was saying about you. That really bothered me. I was kind of pissed
I
off.
think LeeAnne was giving Deandra good intentions. Like, hey, just watch your back with Brandi.
Totally.
I've been there before,
Totally.
and I'm just giving you a heads up, fair warning. And I thought, no harm, no foul, because
I've done that.
LeeAnne,
in
yeah,
I've done that
relationships.
too, yeah.
just
it's just
heads up. That's
Yeah.
all she was doing. And so for Deandra to tell Brandi, like, hey, let's go back in time, and I'm going to tell you what LeeAnne told me, that's just like, I didn't think it, exactly, I don't think it was necessary.
the second season ended with Brandi calling LeeAnne every name in the book and denouncing their friendship and screaming at her across the dinner table. It's not like years have passed. Like, of course LeeAnne would keep an eye on her and be like, we'll be cordial, we can sit next
Right,
to each other, we
totally.
can have a drink, but I'm watching. I get that.
Yeah.
And I have relationships like that. So
Yeah, no, and that's exactly what she said. She said, I'm forgiving her, but I'm not going to forget. And that's exactly what she was just trying to tell Deandra. Like, watch your back. Don't get too close where Brandi could use something against you and, manipulate you into whatever. That bothered me.
But I like them
That's a good
together.
catch.
I feel like Deandra's
yeah.
a lot more fun with Brandi, and they are just, having a good time together. Not as good
why-
time as LeeAnne, though.
Well,
LeeAnne
that's
was
exactly what
down
I'm
on the
saying.
floor.
Why can't she have fun with LeeAnne?
Oh my God,
LeeAnne
work.
was.
I love
my,
LeeAnne.
I do too. That was amazing.
LeeAnne did the whole Britney Spears VMA, the most recent one, washing the
hair.
floor with the hair.
And the other girls are like,
Loved it.
that's so
Right.
classless.
I'm just like, Brandi, girl, you've done that.
Listen
Like, I don't know
up.
why
Yeah.
she would even make that comment. Like, and then LeeAnne is over here, not like a cute little sexy lap dance. She's like going all out.
I know, like-
Yeehaw.
Go for it. Sometimes
blame-
you just gotta let loose.
Blame it on the alcohol, but that was so. I mean, you guys saw their eyes, like they're all on a different
Yeah.
level. We're all sober watching this, like.
And who are you trying to be? Yeah.
How? They're sober
I
and
know.
they're having a good time.
I kind of felt badly that she didn't have like her gays with her or someone
yeah.
with her. Like she was kind of just all in by herself.
Yeah.
Girl. Like just washing the floor. Like
wiping the floor,
Yes.
mopping the floor with her hair.
She needs someone to have some fun with. That girl.
But
Like
why-
I think you're right. I think it's a little too stuffy. I think you're
Yeah.
right.
But why can't Deandra have fun with LeeAnne?
Right?
LeeAnne is so much fun.
Well, Deandra was the one getting the lap dance, so technically LeeAnne was.
But how
having
about when she was on the
Deandra.
floor, like crab style, like
Pumping
crab?
the air?
Yes, exactly. Where was she?
That reminds me of Charles. Like I feel like he did that in my last pregame.
I've never done that. I have. Yeah. For
Okay.
a price, though.
I think we want to come up with a new segment with the show about like shady, or what we're thinking, like a shadiest moment.
Yes.
So from this entire episode, what do you guys think was the shadiest moment among the house girls?
I know one. I'll start. Can I start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you may.
My favorite. Thank you for your permission. So stupid. I will start. Yes, you may. Shut up. Sorry, I can't. That got me. I think the shadiest moment is. I think the shadiest moment is when they were in the car, and who was it? Brandi who looked at.
Brandi looked
Brandi
at
looked at
Deandra.
Deandra and was like, "Deandra, you know what? That's fun. I like whenever you're just let loose and you just really don't care." Like, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
when you can
pretty
just be
shady.
yourself.
I love
That's
it
what
when
she
you-
said.
let
When you
loose
just be
be
yourself.
I love
Yeah.
when you just be yourself and you just don't care. Wow.
It was.
Okay,
yeah.
girl.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so I think the shadiest moment of today's episode was, it might have been LeeAnne. I can't remember who exactly said it, but they were talking to Brandi and they said you have to enter this society to understand it.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about the Westcott and Simmons name and like the prestige that comes with it.
You won't understand unless you're part of it. Girl, please.
For me, there was nothing more shady or cutting than Hilton telling her mother that her business is
Oh
stupid.
yes,
So to me, that was
That
that's a
one
good
wins.
one.
Her own
Yeah.
daughter telling her
Yeah.
dog food was
Yes.
dumb.
stupid.
Am I gonna get a distributor, Hilton?
Yeah.
No.
With friends like that.
Yeah. I believe that one wins, but I was
wins.
going to say the Deandra talking to Brandi about, hey,
Yeah.
That
Brandi,
is shady.
No, that
That is
bothered
me
so
Because
much.
I just didn't think it was necessary to go for another reason for Brandi not to like LeeAnne.
Yeah.
That was just another reason.
Oh man.
Like, oh, you guys talking about me again, and then
Yeah.
now it's stirring. Now Stephanie's back, and that's when Brandi's like, hey, guess what happened? Not only was Deandra getting a intense lap dance from LeeAnne, but LeeAnne was saying, it's just like, oh, golly goshers.
But thank God for Stephanie for being like, I'm not going to let
Yes.
this affect how I see LeeAnne, and I love that.
That's how I treat a lot of my friendships is
Yeah,
that
me too.
you might, what
First
Stephanie
hand.
said is that I'm not going to let what other people say change my mindset about the person that I like. It's what that person does to me.
Totally.
Yeah.
So she took that with a grain of salt, which bravo
Yeah.
to Stephanie for doing it, not being like,
Yes.
you're right, Brandi, and I'm on your side.
Yeah, but I think you can also take those notes and write on a little post-it and put it away. I
Right.
think you can also kind of note some things as well. You know, I don't know. I feel
Well,
like
that's
I can
what
read it
Deandra
really
should have
well.
done.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Now, to wrap up, let's do some quick predictions. What do y'all think's in store for next episode? We got the social workers coming to see Brandi. We got some wedding planning with LeeAnne and Rich. And Stephanie's supposed to be a leader. And also, there's some drama between LeeAnne and Deandra. I think this is the next episode where we really see they test their friendship. So, what do y'all think?
I think Glam Dog is gonna get a distributor.
Sparkle Dog.
Sparkle Dog.
Grand dog.
Also, I think I'm kicked off the panel. That's my prediction.
No, this is fun. I
Yeah,
enjoyed your
totally.
perspective. I really
Yes.
did.
LeeAnne is gonna contact AfterBuzz and kick me
Yeah.
off the panel.
But that Charles
Nice
Conoly needs to
knowing
be
ya.
booted.
Wait, so what was the last part? What was the last part of this preview? It got very emotional.
Drama
between
with
Deandra.
LeeAnne and Deandra, and then they teased it with apparently Deandra only has $200 in her bank account.
Oh, that's right.
Wow,
Oh,
gag.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
But Oh, I mean, I was gonna say the beginning of the end between LeeAnne and D'Angelo, but I think again we're seeing it. It's already happened. There are already cracks that have formed. The conversations and those confessionals, especially on D'Angelo's side, she's not holding back. You know, she's not holding back. So I think that it's just gonna be more. It's just the unraveling will continue next week. But I guess they're gonna be doing some exercise where they like bang things to get energy out and stuff like that. I don't know. I feel so guilty breaking anything. If there was like a vase, I know it was like a consignment vase, but I wouldn't want to break it. Is that weird?
Yeah, that's weird because I totally would want to smash it.
I would want to smash
I'd
a
like
lot of
throw
stuff.
things, smash it. Yeah,
Break it.
totally.
Break the internet.
Break the internet.
Speaking of internet, where can everyone find y'all on social media?
You guys can find me and Jessie on my podcast, Grant's Hollywood Talk. We just did episode number
much
102. What did we talk about? Lindsay and
Lindsay Lohan.
Oh yeah, I gotta watch that. They
Countess
just did
LeeAnne.
the Grand Prix together.
Yeah, Russell's in New York.
Yes.
Living out
Yeah.
too. So yeah, you can find it on all major podcasting platforms. Again, Grant's Hollywood Talk podcast.
And I'm Jessie Zahner. You can find me all over social media at Athletic. And thank you for joining us in the live chat. I wanted to give a shout out to Rachel Gibson. Thanks for joining us.
Oh my God, hey Rachel Gibson! But now it's all about Charles Conoly. You can follow me at Charles Conoly. I don't know how much longer my Instagram and Twitter is going to be active now that LeeAnne's on to me, but it's at Charles Conley.
Thank you, Charles, for coming in and talking to us this panel. We've really enjoyed y'all. Again, I'm Rachel Robillard, and y'all can find me at Twitter at Rach_Robillard, and we will see y'all next week. Y'all come back now, you hear?
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.